I am Neil Larthos. I am the next Abdullah. You are the next Neville Goddard. Your SP gets wet every single time they think of you, and your bank account makes Jeff Bezos look homeless. If you want to work with me, the links are in the description below. And subscribe for daily manifestation content. Without further ado, let's begin. Be clingy to the 4D. Look, guys, a lot of us have had moments where we were clingy with an SP. A lot of us have had moments where we were so clingy to the circumstances, to a desire, something that we really, really wanted. The moment we got that text, it was excitement. We could have been without an appetite for days. But the moment we get the bzz, bzz, and then it's her, it's like, oh, I can breathe again. But you see, that is the type of clinginess, neediness, attachment that I want you to have for your 4D. And of course, if any of you guys don't know what the 4D is, it is your imagination. Okay, have you guys been paying attention in class? Okay, and when I say imagination, I don't mean Disneyland. I don't mean Blue's Clues. Guys, when you are thinking of the next thing that you are going to say when you're in a conversation, you are using your imagination. When you are in Mr. Crabtree's class and he's giving you math equations, what is 5 times 5? And you know, the guy who doesn't even know how to say the word the correctly is like, oh yeah, it's 15. Guys, even with his dumbass of an answer, he had to use his imagination. It's just, that shit is just rigged. I don't know who, you know, he needs to, you know, call tech support on that one. But guys, imagination is not all about sats. It's not all about seeing unicorns and leprechauns. When I say I want you to be attached to your 4D, I want you to be attached to the whole idea that whatever you give yourself internally is what will have to be externally. But you see, the issue with a lot of you guys is y'all hear that? I work with clients. Most of them, they are, you know, angels. They're fucking amazing, you know. But some of them, they think that when I say, hey, how you doing? Follow my instructions. See whatever you have going on in your awareness and put your focus on your end and stay there. And whether that's through techniques, whether that's through imaginal acts, whether that's through self-pedestalizations, we always find out what's best for them. And we check to see where their blind spots are. A lot of times there could be trauma from the past. A lot of times there's a story that they've been telling themselves, you know, since day one, right? But they think that once they do that technique, or once they get off that phone call, that if they don't get a text from their ex in 24 hours, then they're fucked. Then this shit doesn't work. But they don't realize that when you give it to yourself internally, it already is done. It already happened. And the way that it goes is that the moment that you look, you step into the reality where you don't have it. Why? Because your reality will only give you who you are. Your reality won't give you your manifestation if you are doing a bunch of magical spells and then checking to see if it will work. Because guys, you won't be doing techniques when you are on your honeymoon. You won't be doing techniques when you are too busy planning out your next date with your current SP. And by the way, even calling them SP in reality is a contradiction, right? But of course I use it because that's the way that we classify this subject. But reality will only give you what you're being. Now, obviously, some people like to go unhinged and take it, to the extreme levels, which there's nothing wrong with that, but where they're even telling their parents that they never broke up with their ex in the first place, right? And by the way, there's nothing wrong with that. But you see, it's not even so much about lying. It's not even so much about pretending. Because again, you don't want to get to the point where you are saying, okay, well, Neo said that I just have to be in the awareness of the person who has their SP. So I'm going to go and serenade them with acoustic guitar and an 8-track tape outside of their window while the police are, you already hear the sirens, they're on their way, right? And then you're on front page news, and next thing you know, you find yourself in a straitjacket. And then you're like, well, Neo told me I have to act as if. Yeah, but I also told you not to be a dumbass, right? Like, it's not also, it can't be my fault if you don't know how to use common sense. What I'm simply saying is, if the 40 is all that matters, then you taking a 8-track cassette, which, by the way, who the hell is listening to 8-track cassettes today? If you're going to go and serenade them outside their bedroom window, okay, you know damn well you wouldn't be doing that if you were in your in the first place, because guess what? You would be in their bed, okay? First of all. But second of all, if you think that by manipulating the 3D that's going to get your results and that's really acting as if, no guys, when we say acting as if, it's not so much in the 3D, it's in the 40. Whereas your 40, it's internally. So what does that mean? That no matter what is going on in the physical realm, you internally classify that as, that is no longer who I am. And by the way, this doesn't require crazy affirmations. It doesn't require like, oh, I gotta make sure I got the perfect wording for it and I gotta make sure I have the perfect imaginal act. No, all it requires is for you, just like any discipline, just like any exercise, just like any mental diet, whatever, it's you simply saying that whenever you see the circumstances with you and your SP that you don't like, you internally classify it as separate from your reality. Because what have I been saying since the beginning, guys? This is why I've aggressively pushed the fundamental of the fact that you're not your mind and your body. Because there's going to be things that will pop up in the meantime while you are waiting for your SP's manifestation that you're going to feel. You're going to feel emotions. You're going to feel like shit. But just because you feel like shit doesn't mean you have to say, oh, fuck, so this is a sign that I'm never going to get my SP. Or, oh, if I really have my SP, why am I feeling this way? Who's to say that what you're feeling right now is your true identity? If you are not your mind, if you're not your body, and your true identity is just awareness, then isn't your identity simply what you put your awareness on? That's why we say that manifestation is instant. Not because the moment you say a magical spell, you get the text like that. No, because what we mean is whatever you put your awareness on, that is you right now. So whether you're putting your awareness on the physical realm that feels more real and it feels like shit right now because you don't have your SP, or if you put your awareness on the 4D that is not as vivid, not as physically intense, but it's still something you can put your focus on, and in there you have your SP, which one is real? The one that feels more real or the one that feels less real? It's whichever one that you are putting your focus on. Take the idea off of feeling, and the moment you become attached to the 4D, everything will fucking change, okay? So I just wanted to leave you guys with that. If you want to go more in depth on this subject, on manifesting your SP, I've already had several success stories. I've posted some already on this channel. Well, right now, as you're seeing, this is April. I have others, and I've been trying to see if I could get like interviews of some of my success stories, but if not, I'll just post them because I would like to let you hear from them yourself. But guys, it's really not about a technique. It's really not about, you know, I mean, I'm gonna have to start opening tech support with these techniques. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I think that's the merch shirt that I'm gonna wear. It's like, I love self-pedestalizations. I love imaginal acts, but guys, I swear to God, once you get to the point where you just start getting attached to the 4D and not looking at it as I'm gonna do a set session in theta wave state, but I got the correct decibels. When you stop looking at it like that, bro, you can be doing sats, high quotation on sats, in the fucking line at Starbucks. Like right now, I'm fixing to go get me a Trente vanilla sweet cream cold brew with extra sweet cream. Guys, don't even let me start about the cold foam on top. And while I'm waiting there, and while they have 4 cars in front, guess what? If I want to picture some fat ass, some, you know, girl that I bumped into at the supermarket, guys, if I picture that ass, I already have it. Now, right now, what feels more real is that I'm in my shorts with my hairy ass legs, waiting to get the fucking day started, and you know, my kneecap is touching the, you know, radio right here because I'm all squished in my little Honda Civic. But if in my brain I'm more focused on the hot ass than the fact that my kneecap is touching my Honda Civic's radio, guess what? Whether the pain of me, you know, putting my hairy leg right here against my radio hurts more than the sensation of dopamine hits that I could be getting touching your ass, if I'm just focusing on that in my 40, guess what? It's not about the physical sensation. It's simply that I'm focusing on it. Therefore, whatever you put your awareness on, that is you. That is the key, is knowing that simply it's about focus. But where are you going to put your focus on? That is all, folks. I am Neil Larthos. This is all that the I Am Awareness had to say. And I know you're going to be okay.